The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And good morning, everyone. It is a nice sunny start to your morning as we are taking a look at your local headlines. We're looking at a pretty nice run of weather for today. Nice and sunny here currently in DC, but we may see a few clouds later on.
And violence overnight across the DMV. Will bring you the details of active investigations of crimes that happened across the DMV. And the latest push by State Secretary Antony Blinken to bring aid to people in Gaza. And we'll have also details from a pro-Palestine rally that happened right here in the district. And I'm also breaking down 3 bills lawmakers in D.C. have put forward to address how children in the district are taken care of. But we begin first in this 8 o'clock hour with a live look outside. It is a beautiful day. You see the clouds, the fall colors. This is just a touch and a hint of what you can expect in today's weather. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosa Fakile. We'll get to our top stories in just a few minutes. But first, the man with the good news today, Derek Bowen. How's the weather shaping up today? Oh my goodness, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. Get out there and enjoy it. It won't be too terribly frigid out there by any means. It's actually going to feel a lot like the early portions of October, give or take. It's going to be relatively nice all about the DC region. We're looking at temperatures this morning into the 40s, upper 40s. In fact, we're almost to the half-century mark. We had a sunrise this morning of 6:39, sunset tonight a little bit earlier at 5:04. We had that time change. Daylight saving time came to an end, and we're back on the standard time. We're looking at, of course, 77% humidity. That is starting to decrease as the temperature begins to increase for today. As we look at today, we're looking at highs to bounce up into the 60s and 70s across the region, starting out into the 30s and 40s, but starting to see more 50s on the map here and there. Baltimore also in towards Leesburg, 49 in Kaiser, 40 for Woodstock, moving over towards Fredericksburg as well. 52, nice and warm this morning in Lexington Park. It is going to be a nice warm day today, as well as the next coming days as temperatures rise nearly 10 degrees or so above to where they were this time yesterday. A few cool spots here and there, but all in all, we're very close to where we were this time yesterday, and temperatures for this week are going to be on the up and up with a few clouds this morning. Going to be nice and sunny later on as we head into the afternoon with beautiful sunshine. Get out there and enjoy the nice weather. Temperatures going up into the 70s for today, especially here inside the DC Beltway. Heading down south, 72, 66 for Hagerstown, 68 in Woodstock. I have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up. All right, Derek, thank you. 8:02 on this Sunday morning, and we begin with breaking overnight out of Fairfax County. Fairfax police have confirmed they're investigating an accidental shooting in the 1700 block of Old Meadow Road. Now, because it's an active investigation, the details are limited, but here's what we know so far. Police say the victim and an unknown number of suspects knew each other, and those involved in the shooting that were not injured or killed were taken into custody. We'll have some scene video coming up in our later newscast. And in Fairfax County as well, officers are investigating an accidental shooting that left one man dead. Police say that suspect accidentally shot the victim, who died at the scene. This is a developing story. We'll keep you updated once we learn more from police. And over in Montgomery County, police and first responders were called to a shooting at America's Best Wings in Silver Spring. That's in the White Oak area. Police say they responded around 6 p.m. to the shooting that involved 2 victims who had a fight inside the restaurant that turned violent. Both victims were taken to a hospital where one died. Police say no suspect is in custody. This is a story we continue to follow. And over in the district, a teenage boy is dead. Another teen boy injured after a double shooting. Police say it happened in Northwest D.C. around 11 at the intersection of 14th Street and Fairmont Street. When officers arrived, they found 2 teenage boys shot. One was conscious and breathing. The other died on the scene. It's the story we're following. Stay with DC News Now. We'll bring you updates from police. 8:03, D.C. police also investigating an armed carjacking that left one food delivery driver hurt in Northeast. Officials say the victim was completing deliveries near 14th Street on Friday night at about 11:30 when a suspect flashed a gun and demanded keys to the victim's car. The person gave up his keys. When he told the suspect he was calling police, the suspect shot him once. Police are still looking for the shooter and the victim's car. It's a silver Hyundai Elantra. And a suspect still on the run this morning in an officer-involved shooting that happened in Southeast D.C. Police say they responded to a report of gunshots near 13th Place Southeast at about 9:30 last night. Officials say the suspect fired several shots at police. 3 officers shot back. No injuries were reported. D.C. police say the officers who returned fire have been placed on administrative leave. The body-worn camera footage is currently under review. And the search continues for a D.C. woman who vanished October 23rd. 25-year-old China Crawford, last seen on Good Hope Road Southeast near 16th Street. The family says they're growing desperate and frustrated.
Any small detail that you think is non-sequential, just please still share that information. My daughter, China, I believe was taken or kidnapped. I believe that she's still out there somewhere, and I'm asking everybody to please help us find China.
And D.C. police are also looking for Crawford's gray Mercedes with temporary Virginia tag 988859V. 8:05, we're continuing to follow the war in Israel. The Palestinian death toll in the Israel-Hamas war has reached almost 9,500. That is according to Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza. This as Israel's defense force continues its ground offensive in northern Gaza. Meantime, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken making a new push for peace in that region, asking Middle Eastern leaders to protect civilians impacted by the war. However, he says a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas would be counterproductive, saying the move would benefit the terrorist organization. Back here at home, tens of thousands from across the country convened in D.C. demonstrating support of Palestinians. It's one of the largest demonstrations of its kind since Hamas militants attacked Israel, killing about 1,400 people. Since then, Israeli airstrikes have targeted the Gaza Strip. D.C. News Now's Haley Milon has more on that rally in the district.
And the main objective for demonstrators is a ceasefire, showing up at the White House pressuring President Joe Biden to end U.S. aid to Israel. Now, for many, this is personal. 3 weeks ago, I introduced you to Joe Rauschenberger, whose family was trapped in Gaza. Today, I happened to bump into Joe, who had just received incredible news, picking up his mother for the protest at the airport, that his sister had made it out of the war-torn region safely.
I picked her up in Reagan in the middle of the day, and within 5 minutes before we pull up to her sister's, my aunt's, we get the good news, so we were able to bust through the door and say, she's up, in Egypt.
Words Rauschenberger longed to say for weeks as his sister Emily, brother-in-law Muhammad, and their 5 children dodged danger moving through Gaza. They'd been visiting family there when the violence broke out, traveling to the Egypt crossing 4 times, trying unsuccessfully to leave.
And not getting out was real demoralizing.
Emily, a U.S. citizen, finally getting out with the help of the State Department. They leave behind family in the enclave still exposed to Israeli bombardments.
They definitely have cousins there that are still heavy in their heart.
The Hamas attack in southern Israel left 1,400 people dead. The retaliatory airstrikes killing 9,200 Gazans. Today, Joe and his family members among the tens of thousands pressuring leaders for a ceasefire.
The folks have got to stop the violence.
Palestinians and supporters saying the conflict is amounting to a genocide.
And this is not about religion.
Meantime, Israel's defense forces say they're trying to eradicate Hamas, claiming their leaders hide themselves where the citizens live. This demonstrator saying U.S. aid to Israel hurts Americans with ties to Palestine.
What does that mean for us? What does that mean for people of color? What does that mean for our families in our homeland, ancestral home?
Many hoping they can one day feel the relief the Rauschenbergers are feeling.
I'm going to hug them for 20 minutes straight.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there won't be a ceasefire until Hamas releases Israeli hostages from Gaza.
All right, Haley, thank you for that report. 8:08 and daylight saving time that ended today. We fell back an hour this morning, and if you have an analog clock, make sure to turn that back an hour. But in today's What's Going Around, our Chris Flanagan speaks with a sleep expert from Northern Virginia who offers tips on how you can fall back and still feel well rested when you return to work.
Dr. Hoffman, as we turn our clocks back this weekend, this is certainly the easy one. How long does it take our bodies to readjust to these time changes?
So typically, if we're moving the clock forward, it is very quick. Can take within one day, you can get back by just staying up a little later. When you turn it backwards, it usually can take up to 5 days to get back on a regular schedule. That can be very variable. There are some people who adjust almost immediately. There are some people who can take more than a week to get adjusted.
Dr. Hoffman, what are some tips you can offer our viewers as we turn back to clock 6 weekend so they can get a good night's sleep?
It can be very difficult. The problem with shifting time schedules, particularly a 1-hour shift backwards, is our bodies are designed to easily shift forward, but have great difficulty shifting backwards. Strangely enough, pulling an all-nighter, forcing yourself to stay up, and then going to bed at what is your goal sleep time will get you back on schedule quicker than anything else. Otherwise, use of light adjustment, trying to keep the lights low near bedtime, bright light early in the morning, even if it's still dark out, will get you adjusted quicker.
Dr. Hoffman, what about for our kids? Are there any tips, any tricks we can use to get our kids adjusted more quickly to the time change?
Unfortunately, it's the same problem, and it's made worse by the fact that as we enter our teenage years, we're actually on a normal shifted or circadian shifted sleep schedule called delayed sleep phase syndrome. The normal teenager will want to stay up late and sleep in late if they were allowed to. Unfortunately, school, work schedules, etc., don't allow it, and we have to try to force ourselves into a societally acceptable schedule.
Dr. Hoffman, thank you very much. Really appreciate you lending your expertise. Thank you.
Take care.
And the end of daylight saving time will increase your chances of coming across deer while driving. Experts say the time change puts more vehicles on the road at dusk and dawn when deer move the most, and deer are more active in autumn leading up to their fall breeding season. One expert warns on what you should look out for.
Deer often do travel in groups, and they often do cross roads single file. So even if a deer crosses the road in front of you, it doesn't mean that the threat is over. There could be another one following.
And experts are also urging drivers to slow down and stay alert, especially at this time of the year. All right, it is Sunday. It means we're playing football, and the Washington Commanders will take on the 2-6 New England Patriots on the road today at 1 p.m. So what will the Commanders need to do in order to secure a win in Foxborough? DC News Now asks Craig Hoffman from the Team 98 what he thinks.
So the first thing is guess right. And what I mean by that is Bill Belichick is notorious for tormenting young quarterbacks. And part of the reason why is he throws a lot at them, and it's very hard to predict and prepare. So if they were able to suss out this week, Eric Bieniemy and company, what they think Belichick's defense is going to do, and Sam is actually prepared for this game, then they've got a great chance. If not, then they're going to have to adjust quickly on the sidelines and pray for the best. But that is a very tough task, and it is much, at least from my seat, it feels like a guessing game as much as anything else. With that, thing number two, you've got to take care of the football, and that's always important. But against a team like New England that is not very potent offensively, you need to maximize your possessions, and you can't give them extra ones. And so that becomes a way in which this defense kind of lets New England hang around and be in the game. And we've seen that in a couple of games this year, whether that's Sam or others fumbling or whatever it may be. And last but not least, how about don't let a 100-yard receiver happen this week? They've done that every week since Denver in week 2, Marvin Mims. And then some of those have been like A.J. Brown twice and some of the other best receivers in football. But Kendrick Bourne just went out with an ACL injury for New England, which obviously stinks for them. They don't have a guy that screams like 100-yard receiver. So don't give one up. Let's not let Mac Jones beat you.